Hello and welcome to this one-off video talking about how to create Coyote time inside of your Unreal Engine 4 game. So what is Coyote time? It's named after the Roadrunner cartoons, where Roadrunner would run off the edge of the cliff and the wily Coyote would run off the ledge with him and still walk on the air somewhat and allow him to move before running back to the ledge. This is similar sort of functionality in games, and we usually use it for platform games to give players that room for error, so if they leave the ledge they can still jump for a split second whilst they are falling. This is particularly quite common in fast-paced action platformer games. So in this video I'm going to show you how to implement this inside Unreal Engine 4 and talk about how you can use the can jump function to extend it to allow more criteria to test for jumping. So let's get started. So to get started, we have to go into our third person character blueprint, and inside our blueprint here we're going to first of all detect when we've left the ledge. So we're going to go into the functions and go to override, and we're going to choose the on movement mode changed. In here this outputs all the different movement modes that happen when they change, so when you start walking, flying, falling and all that stuff. So we're going to take the new movement mode out and you do equals to, and you want to compare it to falling and put this into a branch like so. So basically when we start falling we want to set a timer up to allow us to see if we can check for falling. So on true here we're going to drag out and do set timer by event. And on the event here, we're going to put in a time of value. We're going to drag this down and promote that to a variable. This is going to be our Coyote time. And we're going to set the default value of Coyote time to 0.5 seconds. The event, we're going to drag down and do a custom event. And this really isn't that important because we're not actually going to be using this at all for our Coyote time. But we'll put it in here anyway, and we'll call this one Coyote time passed. Okay, but I say it's not important. We don't actually have to put any code on it whatsoever. So once we've done that, we're going to take the return value here and we're going to promote that to a variable and call it Coyote time, or call it Coyote timer, and hit compile. Okay, and that will do there. When we land, we want to basically reset that timer. So we're going to go on landed. And on here, we're going to take the timer out, just get, and then we're going to clear and invalidate the timer. This isn't entirely necessary because our function here doesn't do anything. But just in case you do have something happening on this event, this will stop that from happening if that is the case. Okay, so that will reset the timer. Okay, so now on to the actual meat of how this works. We're going to go to the functions override and we're going to choose the can jump override. Can jump is part of the character class, and it is a function that by default will check to see if the player can actually jump. And one of the main criteria for jump is, are they on the floor? Which is fine, but unless you want to do Coyote time. Coyote time needs to check the player has recently left a ledge. So on the can jump here, we have to right click on here and first of all add a call to the parent function. So we still want to allow the normal jumping behavior. We're not overriding it completely, we're just extending it. So that keeps in that code there. I then want to check my timer. So I'm going to take my timer out and I'm going to get the time remaining. And I'm going to check if this value here is greater than 0. And for this, we want to put an OR node in. And both of these we're going to OR. So either one is fine for this to be returning out as true. If neither of them are fair, then this will output false. And this is what's used in the jump function to handle this. So I hit compile and save. And now our jump won't actually fire if we've just recently left a ledge. So it will fire when we have recently left a ledge, sorry. So if I go up here and just fall off and jump. Hang on, it lagged out there. They're recording. Hold on, let me do it again. And there you go. So I was able to jump after leaving the ledge. I'll do it again. I'll do it on a higher one. And there you go. Do it again. And there you go. And you can tweak that time number to whatever you want. I've set to 0.5, but you just tweak it for the difficulty of your level and in your game. And the benefit of this, it gives the player a bit of room to wiggle for their ability to jump. But that is it. So the other thing I want to go through is, okay, that's all fine and good, but what if you want to check it against launching? Sometimes you may be using a launch rather than using the jump function to make the character jump. So what you do is, when you are calling the launch node, so launch character, this will have a branch attached to it, and we can use the can jump function, and you can see here can jump internal. Oh no, sorry, just right click, type in can jump, my bad, and plug that straight in. And that is calling basically this function here and checking it, those conditions, and returning true or false, and that allows you to jump or launch a character rather. So if you want to use the can jump for launching, you can do as well. Similarly, for other things like dodging, grabbing, anything you want to do, you can use a similar setup here. And that was it. Nice, short and simple. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more of my content before anyone else, head over to patreon.com/Ryan Laley. And if you want more one-to-one support, head over to ryanlaley.com/sessions to find out more information about my one-to-one sessions and my availability. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone.